Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing fabulously fabulous on this day. Today's another DIY video and we're going to be transforming this beautiful oversized t-shirt into a two-piece biker short set. So I got this t-shirt for $5 and that's quite a bargain if you ask me. I especially love that this is the color yellow. It's just bright and puts you in a good mood, and who doesn't love that? And this is a two-piece set we're going to be making. It's this high neck crop top and biker shorts. I love how this turned out. I think it's a perfect piece for summer or hot weather when you don't want to wear skirts but you still want to look hella cute. It's kind of like an insta baddie outfit, which I am here for and I hope you are too. And I really love the lettuce kind of detail on the armholes. And if you want to try something different, you can do a cutout at the front of the top, which I also really love. I feel like since this is a high neck crop top, you can get away with showing a lot more skin. That's what the back looks like, and I just love how this two-piece set turned out. If you love it too, let's get into making it. First things first, mark the length you want your shorts to be. Obviously, you don't want like booty shorts, and if you do, it's totally fine, okay? No one's gonna judge you. But since these are biker shorts, I do recommend making them a bit longer, and since they're going to be very tight, I feel like booty shorts and tightness are not the best combination. So make sure they're a bit lengthy, and that means you're going to use almost half of your t-shirt. I marked mine off with a pencil. You can barely see it, but I could see it. And I just cut off that bit of fabric once that was done, and then you're going to take the bottom bit, fold it in half, I flipped mine over because I did not want that side facing me for some reason. I know I'm weird like that. But once I had it flipped over and folded in half, I just folded a pair of tights I really love the fit of so that I could get a template to cut off my biker shorts from. And I just traced out the shape using a chalk. And take your time, sweetheart. This is a bomb-ass outfit you're making. Take all the time you need. I'm very slow when it comes to drawing and cutting stuff, so if you're slow too, it's okay. Once you've traced out your shape, just cut it off with a pair of scissors. The less fabric, the better. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Once that bit of fabric is off, as you can see, we're going to have kind of a short shape. It's gonna take place. Just trust the process, baby girl, okay? So once you have your two pieces, you're going to lay the right sides kissing because you need to sew the sides down. Just pin the upper half and leave the bottom bit unpinned because you're going to come back to that later. Once that bit is pinned down, we're going to move on to the sewing machine just to get everything right and sewn. I decided to try the stretch stitch. Wow, that's a tongue twister. I decided to try the stretch stitch on my machine. I kind of prefer the zigzag stitch to this, mostly because I am used to the zigzag stitch. It was something new, something different, but I think I'm going to stick to the zigzag stitch. So in this tutorial, I used both the zigzag stitch and the stretch stitch in some bits. As you can see, it does allow for stretch, but I was having a difficult time maneuvering, but with time I'm probably going to get better at it. But in the rest of the tutorial, I used the zigzag stitch in most bits. Once you have your fabric sewn, as you can see, once you lay it out flat, you're going to have a pair of shorts, and you obviously need to pin everything down and sew it because you want to have a crotch in your shorts that's sewn. So all I'm doing is I'm pinning the crotch area, and I'm going to take that to my sewing machine as well and sew that bad boy down. Once everything is nice and pinned, we're going to sew along that bit. And as you can see, I switched to a zigzag stitch. As I said, I'm more comfortable and I feel like it looks better. But it's all a matter of what you're used to and what you prefer. So you can use a stretch stitch. Just don't use a straight stitch because it doesn't allow for stretch, which is something you need when you're working with stretchy fabrics. So that's my advice to you. Once you've done that, as you can see, we have a beautiful pair of bike shorts. I'm going to stretch out the bottom hem, that way it doesn't look so frayed because we obviously haven't sewn this. And once you're done stretching, we're going to move on to putting an elastic in this casing, mostly because we don't want these shorts falling down. The material was stretchy, but not stretchy enough to fit snug at my waist, so I needed to add the elastic bit. But in case yours fits just right, then you definitely don't need the elastic. It's all a matter of what's working for you and you do that. So once I had safety pins attached to both ends of my elastic, I passed the elastic through my casing, which was the original hem of the t-shirt. And once you get to the point where the front seam and back seam are, you're going to encounter kind of a lump that you can't pass your elastic through, obviously, because it's not a casing bit. So what you're going to do is just poke a hole to let the safety pin come out, and then poke a hole on the other side to let it go in again, and just keep doing that every time you encounter the seam, and everything will work out fine. Once the safety pin re-emerges, it's time to shush out that elastic because you want it to obviously fit quite snug and quite right. So take your time with this and make sure all the elastic disappears into the casing. Voila, it's magic. So as you can see, you'll have that bit of elastic poking out, which honestly doesn't bother me, but if it does bother you, you can definitely opt to cover it up, and then you're just going to sew the bits of the elastic together and you're going to be done with your pair of shorts. So now moving on to the top, this is really easy to do. I used the sports bra as a template just because I wanted that kind of high neck look. You can use a tank top if you want more of a tank top feel, it's all up to you. And once I traced out my shape, I just pinned everything down so that when I was cutting, nothing was moving about. Because this is stretchy fabric, you definitely don't want to have more fabric than you need. Hence why I recommend pinning in case your fabric tends to move around, which stretchy fabric tends to do a lot. Once you cut out the shape at the top, you're just going to follow the shape of the neckband to create that sort of high neck look at the top, and that's all you need to do. It's really easy to do, super simple. It looks very cute though, and looks like you took way more time than you did on it, and I love that about it. Once you have your top cut out, it's time to flip it over and have the right sides kissing, because obviously you need to sew on the inside. And all I did was I pinned the sides together. I actually ended up pinning everything because I really didn't want my fabric moving around as I was sewing. But if you're a pro at sewing stretchy fabric, just pin down the sides and the shoulder seams, as that's all you need to sew at this point. And as you can see, I'm just showing you what needs to be sewn, and the armholes don't need to be sewn yet. I used a zigzag stitch and this is what it looks like. I also at this point rolled hemmed the armholes because I wanted them to have kind of a lettuce effect. Like that kind of lifting up is really cute, I think, in my opinion, especially because the top is not so tight, so I think it looks beautiful. But in case you don't want this, you can either one, just not hem the armholes, or you could use a stretch stitch that doesn't have that zigzag kind of effect. T-shirt material doesn't fray, so don't feel the need to hem anything because it will stay in place, unlike most fabrics. So this is just a matter of if you want to do this or not. Once you're done, this is what your two-piece set looks like. I am so in love with this set. I think it looks amazing. I love the fact that it's biker shorts. I'm honestly obsessed with biker shorts at the moment. I think they're the best thing ever. And to think that they were here in the 90s and went away and came back, well, we're here for it and we love it. And in case this kind of style isn't exactly your cup of tea, I went ahead and did a cutout shape. All I did was I traced an eye shape with my pencil, so it's kind of like an eye without the pupil, if that makes sense, or a leaf that has edges on both sides. Well, you can see the shape, I hope. My bad explaining isn't helping, so I hope you can see the shape. And all I did was I cut off that bit with a pair of scissors, and that's it. You have a cutout shape. I think you can even do a heart shape. You can do whatever shape you think looks good. And once you've cut out your particular shape, just stretch it out so that it doesn't show the fraying. And once you've done that, that's it for this bit. I absolutely love the cutout detail. I think it adds some personality and pizzazz to an otherwise DIYs kind of boring outfit, but I also love it the other way. I'm torn, guys. Which one is your favorite? Kindly let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to know. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. Let me know if you'll be trying it anytime soon. I absolutely love it when you guys tell me you'll try my DIYs. It warms my heart so much, you guys have no idea. But yeah, enough blabbering for today. I hope you have a beautiful weekend and that I'll catch you in my next upload. Until then, stay safe, guys. I love you so much. See you next time. Bye.